Hi guys, welcome back to the Little Piece of Heaven Farm. And this evening, I'm going to make what's for dinner type of episode. And we've just been busy on the farm all day. Farron building on the greenhouse, me puttering around, doing projects off and on and trying to film and whatnot. So I figure, well, it's almost dinner time. One of us gotta cook, so I'm gonna bring you along, and I'm just using stuff I have in my pantry, some canned goods, some other things that we have made, cream of mushroom soup, and in the microwave right now I have some ground beef that I'm defrosting. And I'm just going to bring you along and while we whip this dinner together, and then we're just going to throw it in the oven and let it finish doing its thing. Flag, put it around, and do what I do best. Piddling around. Well, anyway, yeah, let's get into this. Let me go and check on our things in the microwave, and then we'll get this party started. Okay guys, I'm going to start by heating up this pan. And I'm going to start rounding up my ground beef that I just defrosted. I think that's the only way microwaves were invented, when people forgot about things. At least I do sometimes. I get busy and like, oh no, I forgot to pull something out. But yeah, that's life. And this one little area, this one little chunk is still frozen a little bit, but that's okay. We can cook that down. Get that going. Well, what I'm going to do is cut this sausage in chunks, and I'm going to throw it in. It's a beer bratwurst that we like to use for hot dogs. I think they taste a lot better and have more flavor in them. So I'm going to get all this browned up. And this is not going to take that long. I'm going to mainly cook a lot of this. And you guys, you can do probably this there ahead of time. Get it all assembled. And I'm just putting the juice in from the rutabagas. And I'm just going to put the whole contents of the mushrooms, sauce and all. This corn smells heavenly. That's the southwestern corn that we made. Okay. That's juice and all too. And what I'm going to do is sprinkle some of this cream of mushroom soup powder that we made. I'm going to incorporate it all. And these rutabagas, they turn a little brown, but that's okay. They're supposed to do that. I'm going to put in some herb de France that we made, just to spice it up a little bit. Okay. I'm going to turn off the fire. And we're going to let this sit while I take you to the next counter. Okay. So, on to the rest of the dinner. I'm putting in some of my whole grain wheat flour. About 2 cups. Trying to use up my older ingredients. So I can rotate new stuff in. I'm going to put a little bit of sugar in. Just a couple pinches. Some salt. Gonna get some pepper. A little bit more herb de France. Mix this all together. A bit more herbs. There we go. to braid my butter all the way through. I have water in the fridge chilling. I'm just making a simple rustic dough. It's called a galette. And we're making a savory dinner dish. You can use this for also for a dessert. And yes, I put a little bit of sugar in. It helps bring out flavors. When I was a lot younger and lived in Alabama, I spent a week with an older Southern lady. I was like in my early 20s, and I could burn a pot of water. Seriously, I did. And she taught me a lot of the basics of cooking, and using sugar helps bring out a lot of flavor in dishes. So I'm going to use that little pinch. Pie. You use 2 cups of flour and 2 tablespoons of sugar for a sweet one, and you can opt that out, and use salt. I added a little bit of sugar in mine to help bring out the flavors, and 8 tablespoons of cold butter, and you hand work it in like I'm doing right now. And about a 1/4 cup of water. And I'm going to end up using at least a 1/2 cup, if not a little more. And I use 16 tablespoons of butter, because I use 4 cups of flour. So with this dough, I'm going to work it with my hands. I'm going to make a round circle as much as possible. secret to this dough is you have to let it chill for about 30 minutes before we can bake it. Okay? So, let's get our filling. And we're going to put this mixture in. And we're going to finish it off in the oven. Okay. And what we're going to do is start folding it on itself. Okay, we're going to make a nice little crust. And you can pat it in and turn it. And we're going to leave it on the parchment. And you can cook this on a cookie sheet or in another pan that can go in the oven. And I'm going to use my cast iron for this. Oh, this looks wonderful. Do got a little weak spot right there, but it might be alright. But this is very rustic. And we're going to put an egg wash on this. But first, we're going to get it in the pan. And we're going to put the rest of the filling in. So, move that over there. This is my 10-inch cast iron. Fit this in there. Fits perfectly. And we're going to leave the parchment, like I said. And we're going to spoon in the rest of this filling. So this is like a rustic pot pie. It doesn't have a top. And it's just called a Galette. It's a savory one for dinner. So we can get an egg wash going. Okay. Got our egg wash going here. This will help seal in any nook and crannies. Well, we're going to put this in the fridge for 30 minutes. And then we're going to pop it in a 375 degree oven for 50 minutes. Okay guys, the oven's ready. We're going to put this guy in for 50 minutes. And I'll see you when it's coming back out. Okay guys, it's coming out of the oven. Looks pretty good. Look at that. Isn't that look nice? Turned out really good. Okay. Okay, get a plate. You know, the first one usually breaks apart. Ouch. That was a little hot. I shouldn't have touched the handle. That was a little smart. But look at that, guys. Doesn't that look great? Okay. I think we're going to add a little cheese to it. Okay, added a little cheese to it. It's even better. Anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out with me. And I'll catch you on the next video. And thanks a lot for all the new subscribers. I appreciate you guys. And we're growing by leaps and bounds. So guys, this is what's for dinner tonight. And it's a savory Galette rustic style type of pie for dinner. And I also have one I made up for dessert. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye now.